And as we can see it, Mr. Chair, wala pang roofing, wala pang electrical, wala pang tiles, wala pang sigurong CR, only superstructure, Mr. Chair, wala pang beam sa trusses. So kulang pa nga sa hollow blocks. Chair, gusto ko lang makuha natin, Mr. Chair, sa ating committee, yung program of work. Hindi makasama ang trusses. Pwede bang iwan ang isang project kahit phase by phase na wala siyang roofing, sira lahat. Paano, Mr. Chair, kung walang additional funding? Sinasira yung buong building pag hindi mo nilagyan ng trusses yan. Hindi ba kasama sa ang trusses and the roofing, the steel roofing sa estimate? Kasi naman, Mr. Chair, hindi ko ma-accept as a civil engineer na hanggang dyan lang yung 35 million. Pasensya na po, pareha tayong engineer. Baka naman sabihin nyo yung totoo. Bakit ba natigil yung project? Yan ba hanggang dyan lang ba ang 35 million?
Okay, magandang araw mga kaibigan. Pasensya na kayo sa tahol ng mga aso. Wala ako sa aming bahay sa Cagayan de Oro. Ito, ang galing talaga nitong ating Governor Oaminal sa Misamis Occidental. Project niya na government building, 35 million nang nagastos, wala pang bubong, beam, trusses, CR, tiles. Grabe. Mabuti na lang. Ito pa lang napanood nyo, isang congressional hearing noon pang panahon ng pandemic. Okay? So, na-research ko lang ito para mas lalo nating maintindihan kung ano talaga ang pagkatao, abilidad nitong Governor Oaminal na ngayon may bago siyang title. Tinawag kong General Oaminal. Siya ang PNP chief sa Misamis Occidental. Kasi siya ang sinusunod ng mga pulis doon. Kaya Governor General Oaminal. Okay, mabuti na lang may isang nung congressional hearing panahon sa pandemic. Ito, nagreklamo ng mga residents ng Osamis City. Kung malala nyo, kahapon ba yun, nag-vlog ako, may mga residential houses na giniba. Ito, pinatayuan ng building. Ito na yung, grabe, superstructure pa lang, 35 million na ang nagastos. Wow. I don't know kung ano ang nangyayari sa Misamis Occidental dahil 2021 pa ito nanalo na naman siya nung eleksyon. Governor pa rin. Kaya malakas din ang kanyang political base sa Misamis Occidental. Mabuti na lang at ito na nga, may social media. Tuloy-tuloy ang congressional hearing. Nasundan ngayon dahil sa kanyang June 16 na puwersahang illegal na pag-aresto kay Mayor Dumanhog ng Osamis, ng Bonifacio Municipality. Kaya ito, nalalaman natin ang galing, ang abilidad ni Governor General Oaminal. Pasalamat tayo sa mga kongresista, mga senador na nag-iimbestiga at nalalaman natin ang tunay na pangyayari sa ating bayan. Panoorin natin ang buong congressional hearing para lalo nyong maintindihan ang galing ng Governor General Oaminal.
Knowing the dimension of the floor plan, we can already know how much is the building cost and how much will it cost completing the building. May I know, Mr. Chair, from the district engineer, what is the floor?
Hipona, District Engineer Cesar Hipona Jr. Please, please open your video. There.
Yes, I just want to know, Mr. Chair, what is the floor area of building 1? So we can tell you, as a civil engineer, I can tell you, Mr. Chair, how much is the total cost if the building is completed with all the facility, with all the electrical installations and everything with tiles, Mr. Chair. and we can also know how much is the cost of the building at present now. So may I know from the district engineer, Mr. Chair, what is the dimension of the building? Building 1, Mr. Chair.
Building 1, DE po na how big is the floor area?
Hello, sir, as per our record, each floor has an area of 770 square meters per floor. So
times two floors or times 3?
times 2 floors, times 2 floors.
2 floors. Okay.
So 1,540 per meter, sir. 1,540.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if we base the estimate, the maximum, the cost of a building, Mr. Chair, with all the tiles, with all the electrical installation, and if it is finished, Mr. Chair, the maximum with the government cost is around 35,000 per square meter, Mr. Chair. If we compute if we multiply that by 770 times 2, it will only be around 50 million if completed, Mr. Chair. And as we can see it, Mr. Chair, wala pang roofing, wala pang electrical, wala pang tiles, wala pang sigurong CR, only superstructure, Mr. Chair. Wala pang beam sa trusses. So kulang pa nga sa hollow blocks. Eh kung akong patitignan, Mr. Chair, it will only cost around 10,000 per square meter or at most, Mr. Chair. Kahit na sinong mag-estimate, pinakamalaki na yan, 20,000 per square meter. If you multiply 20,000 per square meter times 770, Mr. Chair, this is an engineering estimate. This is coming from a professional civil engineer also. So, if at most, Mr. Chair, napakanda na sana ng 20,000 per square meter. Pero pagpalagay na lang natin, 20,000 times 770 times 2. So it will be pinakamalaki na niyan, 30 million pesos, Mr. Chair. Gusto ko lang makuha natin, Mr. Chair, sa ating committee, yung program of work. Hindi makasama ang trusses. Pwede bang iwan ang isang project kahit phase by phase na wala siyang roofing, sira lahat. Paano, Mr. Chair, kung walang additional funding? Sinasira yung buong building pag hindi mo nilagyan ng trusses yan. Hindi ba kasama sa ang trusses and the roofing, the steel roofing sa estimate? Kasi naman, Mr. Chair, hindi ko ma-accept as a civil engineer na hanggang dyan lang yung 35 million. Pasensya na po, pareha tayong engineer. Baka naman sabihin nyo yung totoo. Bakit ba natigil yung project? Yan ba hanggang dyan lang ba ang 35 million? Tama ba yan? So, Mr. Chair, yun lang po ang tanong ko, Mr. Chair. And if possible, Mr. Chair, can we ask for the program of work, the original program of work?
Can we have the original program of work issued in the first part of 2020?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please furnish the committee through email within 1 week, together
Yes,
with the proof that I'm asking before, that the 4-story floor area is equivalent to the 2-story floor area.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, DE Hipona.
Yun lang po, Mr. Chair. I
Thank
just
you.
ask question as a civil engineer by profession, not as a congressman, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, civil engineer by profession, Congressman Diego T. Thank you po. And before we end, the DALG Director, R.A.L. Agabe, would like to manifest. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to just to clarify some on some of the statements of the Deputy Speaker Marcoleta as to the report that we have submitted to Secretary Anyo. Actually, the one quoted by DS Marcoleta is our presentation as alleged by the respondent LGU. So it just, we have presented during our report, we have presented the allegations by the complainant lawyers. And at the same time, we also presented the allegation by the respondent local government unit. So in letter B, that's B.3. So I would like to quote this one, that this is the part of the statement as alleged by the respondent LGU, the statement of Honorable Daniel Lau, that he is interpreting the ILG-MC Circular Number 2020-068 as applicable only to squatters or informal settlers. That was not the result or an observation made by this office, but it was part of the allegations as presented by respondent by the respondent local government units. Actually, Mr. Chair, if I may proceed as to our recommendation as a result of the conduct of the fact-finding investigations. Number one, may I first read on letter C, observations of the regional office. So among the findings that we had is that there were writs of possessions issued by the RTC branches 15 and 35. I think you have we have already submitted this as part of the documents.
The position
the,
paper. Attorney Arnel Agabe.
Your Honor, I'm not an attorney, but I'm the regional director.
Director Arnel Agabe, since we already have your position paper, that will suffice already. We thank you for your participation. Unless may gusto ka pa idagdag doon kasi it's well accounted and your position paper will be duly given weight during the deliberation of this committee.
Yeah, what I would like to emphasize, Your Honor, is our recommendation that, which based on the result of our investigation, is that considering that the events preceding the alleged demolition stemmed from a court proceeding, it is respectfully submitted that the court process be observed and respected, as the same is still subject for a petition for certiorari under Rule 65 of the Rules of Court in determining whether or not there is a grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction on the part of the magistrates who issued the writs in question, and in due deference to the sub judice rule, which restricts comments and disclosures pertaining to pending judicial proceedings, wherein said restriction applies to litigants and witnesses, the public in general, and most especially to members of the bar and the bench. This level respectfully recommends to observe the same.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Director Arnel.
Mr. Chair,
Other matter? Yes, DS Marcoleta.
question to Mr. Agabe.
Yes, Your Honor.
Director Agabe, ang pinag-uusapan naman natin kung nag-imbestiga kayo o hindi. Meron kayong task force or fact-finding team na pumunta sa probinsya. You met the complaining residents together with their lawyers. They presented to you their evidence, including the blatters of the police and the photos. Binigyan pa si Mr. Pablo Benitez ng USB at ako'y binigyan din. Pinadalan din. Bakit hindi mo naman nilagay sa report mo na mayroong naganap talaga ng demolition? Yun lang ang sinasabi dito sa report. Ang nilagay mo doon, yung allegation ng LGU na nagkaroon ng demolition December 7, 2019. Pero yung pinakita sa yung mga dokumento, mga katibayan, mga litrato, mga police blatters na may naganap na demolitions noong Abril, hindi mo nilagay sa report mo eh. For purposes of determining whether or not there is violation of Memorandum Circular 2000, itong binabanggit natin. In order for you to determine whether or not DILG should act, ang problema, kumuha ka ng kwento sa DILG, kumuha ka ng kwento,
Thank you.
I-verify.
Thank you, sir. All points raised by DS Marcoleta and DS Oaminal will be considered by the committee in drafting the committee report. I think we know already DS Marcoleta that he is avoiding the issue. He already gave the recommendation that he will not comment on anything because it's sub judice daw. So I think he will not, from my perspective, he will again not avoid answering you.
Talagang nagtatapos ka, Chair.
Nagtatapos na, tinanggal na yung picture eh.
Ang sinasabi
Ano na,
lang
oh,
naman
logo
natin-
na ng DILG.
Oo.
Tapos na ang 8 to 5. 5 o'clock na, 5:30 na, overtime na, boss.
O sige. Pasensya na, Chair, ha. Di ko alam na ganun ka pala kasipag eh.
Hindi, ito, let's have a third hearing. The third hearing will be on March 17 at 11 o'clock in the afternoon.
In the morning.
11 o'clock in the morning. Tingnan mo, nahihilo na ako eh. Nagugutom na ako. 11 o'clock in the morning on March 17. So, are there any matters? We will have a final hearing on March 17. So, any motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Is there any second?
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to ask clarification from the chair whether this final hearing that will would already be the turn of the party in interest to
Actually, with what happened now, both of you were given equal time, but we will give deference to the Osami City government and the DPWH to, but also DS Marcoleta can still give a rebuttal. So.